other day I found a chunk of wood and was thinking of doing a mounted plant with it. Well, actually this is not the best wood for a mounted plant, but I really like the aesthetic look of it, so I'm using this. It's better to use hardwood to make a mounted plant. First, we attach some kind of hanger at the back so that we can hang this later. I'm using this kind of hanger, bought it from Mr. DIY. Comes with this small nail, but this nail is too small, so it's kind of hard to hammer it. Here I'm using a normal nail with it. It is advisable that we put a protective layer on this wood so that the water from the plant doesn't rot this wood. I'm using beeswax from Otter for this. So untuk bahagian depan dia susah sikit nak sapu beeswax tadi kan. So I'm gonna use this wood oil tak dekat bahagian yang kita nak letak pokok nanti, so that air daripada pokok ni tak adalah serap dekat kayu ni banyak sangat. Okay, next we're gonna need some nails and a hammer. Okay, we know that we're gonna put this plant here, so I'm gonna nail this nail around. Okay, jangan paku sampai habis left over like this. So okay, now kita ambil the plant that we're gonna use. I'm using this fern plant. The soil, we're not gonna use that much because this type of plant doesn't need very much soil. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break it out, take off the soil as much as possible, not all of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to flatten the root, the akar. Okay, sini kan, like this. Try to flatten the root like this. This will do, and then we put it on here, on the wood here. Okay, please make sure you make it slant a bit so that this part we're gonna be the upper part. Okay, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our sphagnum moss. This sphagnum moss is already been soaked in water. Then we take the sphagnum moss and then we just kinda selimutkan dia all over. Okay, this part here. Okay, so make sure you cover all the exposed soil. Okay, so I think I got it all covered up like this. The next thing I do, I'm gonna wrap it up using the string. But first, I'm gonna clean this one up first. Okay, now that I got my hand clean, I'm gonna use this fishing rope, linen line, this type of rope. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna tie this string, leaving a few centimeters. I'm tying this to the nail with it just now. Okay, that's the nail. I'm gonna tie it. I'm gonna tie this with 2 knots, 2 times. Orang Melayu kata ikat mati. Okay, so 2 times, and then you leave this rope here. You take this rope and try to kind of wrap the rest of the sphagnum moss together. Tie it to this nail to make it secure. I will do 2 loops, and then take it to this end, and then do another loop, and then take it on top. Do the same thing. Make sure you do the loop sebab dia senang tercabut. This part is also quite messy. You just have to carry the mess. We're gonna clean up later. Okay. While you're doing this, make sure you tak langgar daun-daun dia sangat tau. Sebab kalau daun dia terlanggar kan nanti dia akan patah ke apa. So nanti jadi rosak lah pokok you. Okay, so you have to be very careful because this is very fragile. Okay, now that you are done with that, bila rasa macam dah kemas, betul-betul kemas kan, and then what we're gonna do is we go to the first part that we tie, the base yang tadi kan. So we tie here first. Okay, and then tie a knot 2 times with this one. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, then to be super secure, we can do 3 or more. So yeah, that's it. So we can cut off the excess, and it's done. Next, I'm going to use this old broken clock as a base for another multiplan. Again, I put a layer of beeswax to protect the wood. For this one, I'm going to do it differently. I'm using a stapler gun instead of a nail because this wood is quite thin here. And to make sure we have a space for the string, I'm going to use a toothpick to make a gap between the stapler gun and the wood. We just put the toothpick and stapler on it. Then pull out the toothpick. Our string going to run through here. Okay, to tie it, we first need to cut the length that we are using. Just guess. I'm using around 1.5 meter, I think. After doing the knot, we need to run the string through the space between the stapler that we did before. Well, honestly, this method is harder to do and time consuming, but it's very secure, I can assure that. You won't have any problem of a loose string afterwards. And here, I did the same thing using a 2 ringgit chopping board I bought from Ninso. So that's all from AgaTouch for today. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye. Assalamualaikum.